So I'm talking today more about creative processes, how we create art, how it comes through us, how we bring all the aspects of ourselves together to create something new. I'm Emily Tellwright from Castle Sefton Press, and I think this will be my last video for this year from the Castle Sefton Press shop corner behind me. I've really enjoyed having this little corner celebrating all the creative products featuring our artwork as well as our books, which you can just see there, that we've had on the store for the first time this year. I love Christmas. I just think I've really enjoyed being here, but after today I'm hoping to have the Christmas tree up, and I'll be filming from in front of the Christmas tree for the rest of this year. So today I wanted to talk about my fellow Castle Sefton Press author and artist John Blake. I've talked a bit before about his book Via Paradise, and I'm going to talk about his creative process as far as I understand it today. He will never come on here and talk about anything really. I mean, he'd rather eat nails, and he really doesn't like talking about his work or his creative processes at all. He's quite an old-fashioned kind of creative, the kind that likes to do their work and then hide in a cupboard and let somebody else get on with presenting it. And he did for a long time have a business selling ceramic sculptures. If you look back through the videos, you'll see me showing some of those. They're absolutely amazing. But he didn't do very well selling them because he really can't talk about his work. He absolutely hates it. And nowadays, it's what people expect. It's a shame. I think good creative work should speak for itself. But it's a big, noisy forest out there, and you've got to shout about it and say something, or no one will notice you've got this beautiful stuff at all. So, yeah, John Blake, he's got his own YouTube channel, actually. If you go through to the link in bio, there's a page on our website that links to that. For many years he had his own band and wrote his own songs. He studied fine art at university. He worked in conservation for many years and trained in quite a lot of skills, and for some time he had green oak furniture business producing beautifully carved artistic green oak garden furniture and even some indoor things and sculptures, combining his conservation training and his artistic skills. When he was studying fine art, he also did quite a lot of video work, writing short comedy video scripts, and that's how he became a writer. Earlier this year we published this short comic novella of his, but that's an original art print of his on the front there. And he's also got another quite a long book that might in fact turn into be a series of 2 books in progress now. So I've also got some of this is a card of one of his art prints on the store. This is called Grey Day. He's got quite a lot of abstract work and some quite unusual surreal work as well that he does. So I talked about him being, like me, a person who's creative across a range of media and just in general in life. He's been making Christmas gifts for family this Christmas that are quite nice and original ideas that we're hoping to sell on the shop. But as usual, he's come up with things that are really quite so imaginative and weird. I don't know how I'm going to make them work on the shop. Unlike me, he doesn't have so much of the analytical business side to his mind. He's a very, very imaginative person because he doesn't have so much practical, analytical consideration as I do, maybe. I think his imagination is much more free. He's quite wise and understanding of life, and although he's very quiet, he takes a lot of things in, I think. This is all surmise that I just know from knowing him and living with him. He never talks to me about it. And that seems to just come out in these really unusual, wacky ways. He really is the most creative, imaginative person I know, far more creative than me. My work is always a creative version of reality rooted in real ideas, and I think his is really quite off the wall. So yeah, I think the problem with that, as he found with the ceramics, is if you're doing something very unusual, if it catches on, it's great because maybe there's only you doing it, you're a one-off, and it can be a great success, but getting it noticed is really, really difficult. When you're scrolling through TikTok, you tend to stop with hooks and things that you know or are familiar or that you've seen before, trends. If you're doing something against the trend, if you're doing something different that no one's heard of, that no one's going to be searching for on Google because they don't know it exists, it's really, really hard to market. So yeah, it's yet another Castle Sefton Press marketing nightmare for me, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just carrying on being ourselves, doing our thing, putting the stuff out there, and if you enjoy it, which we hope you will, then please like, comment, share, follow us, have a look at our website. You might even want to buy something. I'll just say again, this is a very, very funny, dark, humorous book for Christmas, very much inspired by his film background. It's quite visual, lots of fast action, satire. We also have artwork and his beautiful sculptures that I did a video on before, so you want to check those out. If you want something original, something different, something from a part of England that you might not have heard of, from a bunch of people you haven't heard of who are trying to use their vast life experience to do something different, then do have a look at our website, have a look at some of our videos, and I'll be seeing you soon from in front of the Christmas tree to talk a bit more about our creativity, about the season, or whatever else comes into my head. See you soon.